Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XII. You are here with Morris. How quickly can I say that? Yeah, welcome back. I hope you're having a good day. At the end of the last part, we just reached the next dungeon, and there are people outside it. I don't know what their job is. Are they guarding it? Sword of Kings. Gift of King Wraithwall. Rests within. It is said that only one worthy of the title Dynast King may take up the sword. So yes, that is the actual treasure that we're looking for. I don't know if anybody's actually mentioned it yet, but that is what we're after. The Sword of Kings. The aptly named Sword of Kings. I always find it weird when you go after these, you know, legendary items in games, and it's like, don't you think the king would have kept it behind the biggest, baddest dungeon rather than this kind of mid-level place guarded by, you know, bats? I mean, I'm just saying. But yeah, these enemies can be. I mean, all of the enemies now are kind of. They can do damage. They can really do damage. Alright, so there is a kind of a puzzle here. I forget exactly how to do it. It's not as simple as just pressing a button. So I'm not going to be too hasty. Ho ho, he says, as he's buffed with haste. No, I'm not going to be too hasty and just start pressing things, because I know for a fact there's a little bit of there's something to this. So I just want to have a read. There's a bit of a clue somewhere as to what you're supposed to do, and I just want to refresh my own memory of it. Because yeah, the first time I went back through this area, this caught me by surprise. Sooner just changes the game. Alright, so a waystone, which shouldn't do anything at this time, I don't think. Nethicite Bearer, Embracer of Dawn's Light, I summon you. It won't do anything, nothing happens now. Right, that's fine. To be honest, we can probably take that gambit off for the haste. I mean, it'll be good in boss fights, especially one coming up, but other than that, don't really need it. Just to kind of roam dungeons, it's a bit of a waste of time. Alright. Pedestal of the Dawn. Treaty Seeker, relic held at this pedestal embrace. Okay, so I think what you have to do is equip the Dawn Shard to make this work. I think. Looks good to me. What was I wearing before? I don't remember what I had on. Yeah, you can just take it straight off after you after you're done with it. Gauntlets reduces physical damage taken when hit. Yeah, that was it. And now the statues come alive. There's always a weird battle to fight because of the way the camera works. You very rarely see the top half of this thing, so it just seems like you're fighting a pair of legs most of the time. So yeah, if you don't equip the Dawn Shard and you try and activate that thing, it just spawns a load of zombie enemies. But all at once, it can be pretty tough fight. Speaking of tough fights, can I even beat these? We can do this. We can do this. Bosch really attracts quite a lot of attention, doesn't he? Sap is a very troublesome status effect. I mean, it's very rare you get a status effect which makes you say, you know what, I actually prefer poison. But yeah, sap just slowly drains your health. Constantly, though, rather than in bite-sized chunks. But fortunately, very few enemies actually cause that status effect. Now, can I nab this without activating that trap? Yes, I can. Countdown. I think that's our version of Petrify. If I remember. Reduce one foe's HP to 0 after a short time. Yeah, pretty much. I don't really know which enemies are susceptible to such an attack because it seems so powerful. Well, I'm pretty happy with the way this is going so far. I thought these enemies would be a lot stronger. But nothing really so far testing me. That's the wonderful thing about leveling up, is it's only gonna get easier. Is this room bigger? No. Well, there might be some things to the side, but I guess not. By the way, we're in now. It's one of the few dungeons where like you saw, we just got teleported, and there's no kind of way back other than finding the way out. Wow, that guy really hates Balthier. I think it's worth fighting all these. For 500 XP, 500 plus XP, it's worth fighting all these. Wow, they really don't like Balthier. What is up with that? I have absolutely no idea why. He has no redeeming qualities. Is he doing more damage to these things? I know that enemies like to prioritize certain things. You know, they really don't like healers. And they really don't like people with no health. And they really don't like people who do a lot of damage. So it's usually one of those three things I'm looking for. But no, I guess Balthier just looked at them the wrong way. Yeah, it happens. I can see why there was a certain amount of criticism leveled at the way the combat works in this game. Because if you think about the gambit system, it's almost like setting up a kind of auto-attack system. Because I'm not actually doing anything here. They automatically draw their swords, they automatically attack and do their own thing. But I think the beauty of it comes from finding a strategy that works for each situation. And I kind of like, you know, because not all battles are as simple as just beating this one enemy here and now, you know? We've seen that already in this game. But I think the beauty of it comes from when a battle is not going well, but then you go into the menus, you flip a few things around, activate certain things, take other things off, and turn the battle to your favor. I think there's a lot of satisfaction comes from that. Okay, I think I have to put the Dawn Shard back on. I don't know for this one, but we'll do it just in case. I do it on Bosch because he doesn't have any spells, so reducing his MP to 0 is not really much of a problem. A hidden path. May switch out the teams when we level up again. I think these both lead to the same area. Aha, now here's a tricky thing. A green save crystal. Now why would it be green? Why would it do that? What? This? Oh, it's just a precaution. That's all this is. So, you don't need to touch this. It's called a life crystal. You don't actually need to touch it, but when you do... Oh, it's an enemy. It's actually a crystal bug. And they are actually kind of tough. Or they are if you let the, you know, if the battle draws itself out, which happens. They have a lot of powerful spells. So I think we'll go for Cura on this occasion. Yeah, a lot of annoying AoE spells. So you don't have to do that, but the advantage for doing it is that a real save crystal appears in its place. So yeah, those buffs were just in case. I think there's only a couple of them in the game. Thankfully. Yeah, nasty surprise when you first come across those things. It's one of my all-time biggest fears in the Dark Souls series is having some kind of mimic bonfire. But it almost feels like that's too much. Like, they can't do that, surely. That's just not fair. None of that game is fair, really. But that's too much. Can't wait for the remastered version. A large part of why I upgraded my TV and my PS4 is to get that upgraded version. I mean, Dark Souls has to go down as top 10. You know me, I never say top 5 because that just doesn't seem enough. But definitely top 10. of all time. I think we're actually coming towards the first boss of this area. I always remember these dungeons seeming a lot bigger than they actually are. But, you know, it was 2005, 6, so... And when you're playing a game like this for the first time, everything seems bigger than it actually is, you know? I guess I gotta go this way. I think this enemy is super tough. The horse, so I'm gonna kind of try and not get too close over there. Because that enemy can teleport, and that's what I don't want to happen. Sweet. A dark mare. That's a good name for an enemy. They also have an infuriating habit of teleporting away, and then towards you, and then away, and then hitting you, and then teleporting away again. And as with every other enemy that teleports, while it's in its teleport animation, even if you are hitting it and you are attacking, it doesn't actually suffer any damage. And you'll notice I'm being damaged just by hitting it. Which I don't think we've seen in this game so far. Even Balthier, who technically isn't even touching the enemy, but is shooting it from a distance, is getting slightly damaged. Again, that was as easy as it looked because of slow. Oh, nice. I needed that at the end there. You'll notice now that Penelo really barely gets into her magic either. Like, her MP is still way, way up there. Despite curing a lot. Constantly. And that's where we want to be. And I think there's a Sage's Ring in this dungeon, which I think is the magical ring, which makes casting magic a thing of the past, really. Or using MP a thing of the past. Anyway, where are we with our licenses? We are right where we want to be. For Ash, at least. Oh, Dispel is white magic. Does that mean Penelo can already do it? I have not been paying attention. Oh, she can already do it. Well, that's excellent. I don't know why I didn't know that before. I would have implemented that into my gambits already. Let's get another one, actually. But still, it is an advantage for Ash to be able to do that as well. So it's not like I lost anything by doing that. Get the cheapest one, the true Morris way. So, is there a way I can actually do this? Foe status equals protect. I think that, I don't know if I came ready-made with that or whether I bought it in advance because I knew I was going to do this eventually, but I usually have it set on something like that because when enemies buff themselves, sometimes they have spells where they'll cast it on themselves and it will give them, you know, protect, shell, bravery, and all this kind of stuff. Protect is normally the first thing that they get. If they buff themselves, it's normally with protect and other things. So that's kind of why I buy that. We may, we'll try this. I don't know whether this boss even has protect on it. If not, that's fine. But it's worth having this set up just in case. No, don't do that. Don't cast protect on something that has protect on it. We'll leave it on for now. But yeah, very handy. So, are we set up for this fight? I think if we switch these on, that's probably useful. I should probably put that above that. Who missed? Oh. Oh, you missed again. Come on. I was just saying how you never use any MP, but this is... this is not helping me right now. There we go. Statue bears an inscription. To Guardians 3 I trust, that the worthy may pass, all others be shunned. Oh, I can't go in here yet. I was going to say I thought this dungeon was a lot bigger. Turns out it is a lot bigger. Right, okay, that's fine then. Take these right off. Excellent. In fact, I may switch out the teams. Just for now. Give them a run out, you know? Who has the most health? Ash has the most health. Ah, but Vaughn will have better defense. Decisions, decisions. So this should warp us back to the beginning. But now we have access to a couple of new routes. Do these come alive ever? No. Yeah, Devon does make for a good tank. I think at the end of everything, eventually he will have the most health. Out of all the characters, I think. I know it doesn't look like that now because that's just because of the licenses that I bought with Ash are sort of buffing her health a little bit. But yeah, he does make for a good tank just because he's so quick and he should be able to block loads and evade a lot as well. In time of strife, the treaty seeker these doors to unbar. Well, this is a time of strife, I'd say. I mean, we are at war. Does that count? That counts. If he didn't mean when we're at war, what did he mean? What was he talking about? Alright, well, clearly I don't remember this dungeon as well as I thought I did, so I'm going to try and refrain from making any other assumptions. And I'm going to explore all these corners because I don't know what's in them. But you can already see with Vaughn he's blocking a lot. More than other characters anyway. Anything? Any chests? No? Okay. Do we have any cure gambits on anybody else? We do not. That's stupid. Actually, I should set up a cure, shouldn't I, for Ash? Can she do that? She can't. Probably 50%. Bombs. Or balloons. That sounds much friendlier than they actually are. It's very misleading. Not that tough if you don't let him explode. Yeah. Oh, it's so nice having Ash do some damage again. I think she's the strongest out of anyone now. Ah, Ruby Ring, what is that? Equip, Reflect, that's really good. There's very few instances where we'll need Reflect, but still. It's nice to have it equipped. Ah, these traps are rather ominous. This is purely for XP. And Fran, if you could not walk into those traps, that'd be good. Yeah, we don't actually need to do that little round trip there. Why not? We need the levels. I'll say I do prefer this kind of free-flowing combat rather than turn-based stuff. I think turn-based stuff does have a charm. You know, it's not. I'm not one of these people who thinks it's kind of outdated or it's just, you know, it's kind of a bit too retro. It's a thing of the past, etc., etc., all that crap. I think it still has a place. But I'm not a fan of sort of stop-start systems. I like things to keep moving. So this game generally plays much more into my taste. Oh my goodness me. You know what? In fact, you know what? No, I'm not gonna let this happen. I think Confuse does wear off eventually. I just need to kind of wait for him to hit himself. Vaughn, please. Calm yourself. It's okay. He's doing no damage. You can already see how quick Vaughn is as well. And this is without haste. He's already about twice as quick as anyone else. What is this room for? This temple seems wildly extravagant, doesn't it? This room has nothing in it. Someone just laid a trap. And then buried a load of people. And not well, because they're coming back alive. I feel like this place has already been robbed. There's just nothing in it. Nice. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable about these levels now. They didn't take much. Alright, this room is pretty big, I remember. I want to ideally get back to the entrance. And then we can save up. I have to say the autosave system that they put in for this version is very, very welcome. I mean, I'm a fan of autosaves in all their forms, really. Unless it's Skyrim, in which case it can break your game. In so many different ways. I remember that on my original PS3 version of Skyrim. I was trying to go into a dungeon and the game would always crash when I tried to go in. And I was reading about it and it's like, oh, just turn off autosaves. It's like, what? Why? Why would it? I mean, I appreciate that it's now fixed, but why would that be the problem? But hey, fortunately never had that problem with any subsequent versions. And hopefully never will, because you know they're going to keep bringing out different versions of that game for the rest of time. And I'll keep buying them. We got a nice chain going now. I think this is a dead end. Yeah, good. Chests aplenty. Not like that. Don't make it weird. I think that's a bomb. Gill? I think that's a gill. And what be this last one? More gill. Great. So I really got nothing there. Oh no, it is. It's a ninja sword. My God, they're really good, but your evade goes way down. I think the reason my evade is so high is because of this weapon. Like, for some reason, that weapon makes your evade go way up. So I'm gonna keep it. I mean, ninja swords are something we're gonna put on Vaughn eventually, I think, but for now, I'm pretty happy with how he's doing. You can see why he makes for a surprisingly competent tank. Does that ninja sword have any element with it? On hit blind. Oh, that's pretty tempting, actually. Your evade stat becomes less important if the enemy's blind. God, there's so many ways to go. Alright, so if we go around the outside here... Whatever, we'll just keep moving. Eventually we'll see it all. You can see how this, I mean, again, I think I've said it before, but it's just another really good example of encouraging a bit of exploration by actually putting decent stuff in chests. It genuinely used to be, where's the exit? As soon as you went into a dungeon, where was the quickest way to the exit? Yeah, I really don't mind fighting all this crap because I know that at the end of it there's going to be something. I'll go off the beaten path, you know, if I feel like it's going to be worth my time. And again, I mentioned Dark Souls. That's something that Dark Souls does better than most games ever, really. I'll probably get another level and then switch it up again. What? I got oiled. I got oiled just from hitting me. What, has he got oil all over his mouth? What is that? So yeah, the three that were mentioned in that inscription on the sword refers to 3 statues, I believe. This being one of them, and we got to kind of spin them round so they all face the center. The center being this area. Right? Yeah. The words seem to have been left by King Wraithful. Guardians 3, face ye the blade. Excellent. You discover a mechanism. It can be rotated. Oh crap, I did it the wrong way. I knew that was going to happen. 50-50. Right, well, we'll just have to do it again. I'm pretty sure there's an obvious sign when you actually get it in the right place, anyway. I think the eyes light up or something. Yeah. Well, they don't light up, but they start pulsing like that. But anyway, I mean, you can see on the map where it's facing, so that's no problem. Okay, I don't think oil wears off, so I'll just throw this handkerchief on myself. I'm just going to quickly check down this dead end here. Oh, lovely. Maybe I can draw these guys out. That ought to do it. I'm enjoying the way this party is taking shape now. Ash was just inspired by my words there. But no, everybody's kind of growing into their roles a little bit more. Power Rod. I think I already have one of those. But hopefully you can kind of see the way it's shaping up as well. You kind of got Vaughn and Bosch as the sort of tanks slash damage dealers. Vaughn is sort of average on the damage, but that'll increase definitely. You got Ash and Pinello as mainly healers, and then you got Balthea and Fran as ranged and sort of support characters. Either buffing or black magic. I mean, we got a technique called Shades of Black, which is actually a really good one. Which is it'll cast a random black magic against, you know, a target. And there's a lot to choose from, so that it's a difficult one really, because it can just be a basic sort of fire spell or something, you know. The enemy might not even be weak to that. But it could also be some of the most powerful black magic in the game, which does, you know, thousands of damage, so that can be kind of useful. Just gotta check the map here. Alright. Yeah, we can do a little bit of a loop here. Alright, everybody's nice and level. Let's switch it back out. Yeah, this is still the A team, isn't it, really? That much is just obvious. Ugh, oil again. Well, I'm not using handkerchief now. Nothing in this dungeon casts fire. That self-destruct, yes, it'd be bad if it hits me, but it's not happened once. So I'm pretty confident. Just checking, actually. Because there's 3 of these statues. I'm not even sure where all 3 of them are. I think I walked past one, didn't I? Because there's one there, where that circle is. And then there's one on my right, so I'm going to have to go back around at some point. I'm an idiot. But it's fine. I recognize my mistake. And that's the most important thing. Alright, I'll tell you what I am going to do. Is head back outside and actually save it. Because, you know, we've leveled up real nice, actually. And by the time we finish this dungeon, we should be about on par with the bosses. So that's nice. These guys hate Balthea. What is with that? They don't like crossbows? And here we are, we've come out the other side. Wonderful. Alrighty, well, I'm going to have to pause it for now, guys. But thank you very much for watching this episode of Final Fantasy XII. In between this episode and the next one, what I'll do is I'll go and just switch that first statue that we completely ran past. And then we'll start it up again to go get the third statue. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for putting up with that little error there. And I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. See you later.